Hey guys, welcome to Tech Tuesday. So these two phones look super identical, right? Well, kind of. They both got three cameras. So they're both made by Samsung. But I just wanted to let you know that if you're in the what the heck is that called? In the mood? No, whatever. If you're shopping for the Samsung A54 because you're like, hey, I got some money, but I don't want to spend flagship things. I don't need a flagship phone. Should I get an A54? And the answer is sure. It's a solid device. But also, the S21 is a solider advice. Or solider device, not advice. Goodness gracious. I'm a little sick if you can't tell. Anyways, so I just wanted to make a little PSA to tell you, hey, the S21 is out there. Go check it out. Yeah. So just like you guys probably do, I just read a lot of articles, watch a lot of videos on different tech. One big tech is cell phones, just because, again, cell phones are ridiculously just important, right? You can use them for your keys or your wallet or your IDs or just to communicate, right? With that, I look at old phones, I look at new phones, and one phone that has popped up into my stuff is the Samsung A54, which looks to be like a pretty solid phone. It's a mid-range phone. You may not have heard of it. Samsung sells a lot of phones, right? They have the high-end ones like the one I'm speaking to you on right now, which is the Samsung Fold. And then you have the lower quality ones that gets really, really cheap into like the like $100 to $50 range, right? And then a lot of phone companies like Verizon and stuff will go ahead and give out free phones. The A54 might be one of those free phones. And that being said, it looks like a pretty solid phone, like 70 to 80% of the flagship, like the S23, right? But the point of this video is if you're watching this and you're looking to get an A54, I would say hold off for a second. You can get some decent deals, get it down to 200 some change, but it MSRPs for like 500. And the reason why I bring this up is because I was on eBay and eBay was like, hey buddy, check out this Samsung S21. Not the Ultra, just the S21 5G. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, why would you buy the A54 when you could buy the S21? And yes, this is the whole video. I don't have the phones with me, but I just looking at their specs and looking at the reviews and just knowing the S21 from a few years ago, the S21 is a solid phone. Very solid phone. It has the Snapdragon 888 versus the A54 has like a built-in Samsung CPU. Which one is more powerful? The Samsung S21 is. So this brings me to my point of like, buy quality, and quality doesn't always have to be money. Like you don't have to spend a lot of money if you get things second-handed, right? So that goes with some cars. You can get some quality cars. You can get quality things. I would rather you spend some extra money, even if it is more expensive, on something quality that's going to last you double the time, than not. Not saying everything cheap or less expensive is bad. Harbor Freight is an amazing place. If you don't have the money to spend thousands of dollars on garage and tools, you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up stuff for super cheap, and it's going to get the job done more than likely. But how many times can you get the job done with that? That's kind of the difference, right? So like if you're going to use this device every day, you really need to look at it. And so if you look at the S21 versus A54, they're relatively the same size screen. They're relatively the same pixel density. The S21 is a 6.2 inch instead of a 6.4 inch, but it's better pixel density, so the image is going to be a little bit better. It has 120 hertz display, which is cool. But again, when you're looking at a screen that's 6 inches, between 1440 or 1080 or 4K, there's not many phones that have 4K screens, and the reason why is because the screen's so little that you don't really get to tell that much. But as far as the cameras go, the S21 has better cameras. As I said, the S21 CPU is a better one. The fingerprint scanner, they're both under the screen, but the S21 has the ultrasonic one that can read your fingerprint a lot easier and more secure than the A54. Not saying the A54 is a bad phone, and if you have it, cool. But if you're gonna go ahead, and I know you're gonna have to buy it refurbished because the S21's an older phone now, it's a couple years old, but they are gonna provide security updates for the next couple years. And when you're in this price range, right, you're not looking to have a phone for the next 10 years, you're looking to have it for the next couple years. and spending 220, 199 SL14. If you get a refurbished one from eBay or you go to like back market or wherever, you can get a pretty solid deal on the S21 and have a phone that's 5G compatible, has eSIM, right? The only downsides I would say that you're getting with the S21, first, again, it's refurbished, so it's not going to be brand new, but that's also saving some waste for the earth. Not the point. Some downsides are the A54 has SD card reader in it, so you can put an SD card in there and expand the storage, right? So that's one plus for them, but that's really the only plus, other than that you're gonna have, I think, 4 years of security updates with the A54. So if you buy right now, you're gonna have 4 years from now, or if you buy the S21 right now, you're only gonna have 2 years from now. So you potentially could have that phone for, 2 more years, double the time. And if you get a deal at 200, then it may be worth it to you, because you're like, I don't need anything extra, but like $200, $220, $230, $199, whatever it is for the S21, depending on where you buy it, and having that for 2 years, like, that's not bad. And then you can upgrade to the S23 in 2 years. The other only downside of the A54 versus the Samsung S21 is that the Bluetooth is a 5.3. It's that newer gen in the A54, and it's only a 5.0. 5.0, Bluetooth 5 is fucking solid. It's not as good, obviously, but like, it's pretty fucking solid. So my PSA is over. This thing's 7 minutes, and I just wanted to say, if you're looking at the A54, I would go with the S21 if it was my money. And so just look into it if you think that's the better route for you. Again, if you're going with payment plan, or you're going through Verizon and you're just getting it for free, like, that's a solid phone to get for free. It really is. But if you're spending your own money, especially if you're spending like $500, like, no, like, get the refurbished one. But you can find some deals out there for the A54 for like 200 and some change. But either way, check out the S21. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Hopefully I feel better next week and have a fun video. Yeah.